Goku and Superman, the alien guardians of Earth sent from another world. Both these characters have inspired people to push themselves to their limits and go even further beyond. And it's because of these similarities that these two icons of the East and West are often compared and even pitted against one another in a fight to the death. But today, we aren't pitting these two against one another, at least not in a traditional fight. No, for what we're having these two compete in today, I need you to think all the way back to your middle school and or probably high school days. So, are you back in those school days yet? If so, what was the worst part of the school year? The STAR test? Well, yeah, those mandated tests fucking sucked. But at least you got to keep your score to yourself, so if you fucked up that bad, you wouldn't be embarrassed in front of everyone. What about pop quizzes? Well, those things sucked for sure, but hey, they aren't the worst thing that could happen. But what if I told you that there was a test you likely had to take where you performed in front of everyone and they got to see how badly you fucked up? Allow me to remind you of this gem.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
Yep, this annoying thing. A test of speed and endurance that every 2000s kid remembers doing and most likely failing horribly at, unless you're the jock type of guy. Fucking insane. But then again, if you clicked on a video about Goku, you probably aren't a jock. But back on track. Beyond the pacer test being a day of humiliation for most of you, you probably also remember dreading this test day because it left you smelling like a literal dumpster fire for the rest of the day, especially if you had PE in the morning like I did. So what do these two intro thingies have to do with one another? Well, I'm assuming most of you read the title and saw the thumbnail instead of just clicking on the funny thumbnail with Goku on it. Actually, scratch that. I almost guarantee you most of these people just clicked on the video because they saw Goku. Either way, in this video I'm going to compare Goku and Superman and figure out who would do better on the Fitness Gram Pacer test. But first we need to lay some ground rules. For this competition, Goku and Superman must run, and they may not interfere with the other person. This means no flying via natural flight, a vehicle such as the Flying Nimbus, or any other form of flight. No using special moves to propel themselves forward, such as the Kamehameha or Super Breath, no instant transmission or teleportation of any sort, and no outside items or bonuses such as the Power Pole, a Blue Sun, etc., etc. This test will take place inside a high school gym to prevent Superman from gaining infinite power because of the sun, and Goku will not have any senzu beans because, again, we'd run into the same issue if they would just keep going forever at that point. Finally, Goku will be allowed to use the Kaioken in any of his transformations, since these are not movement-based abilities, and they do drain his energy, unlike if we let Superman stay in the sunlight where he's gaining infinite energy. So, how am I going to determine who can do this better? Well, first I need to look at every running and stamina-based speed I can find for both of them. Granted, there's going to be a lot of semantics, and yeah, I'll have to use those to make this video even possible. After that, I'm going to need to analyze the Fitness Gram Pacer test to see how fast it could reasonably get and see who could last longer. Get it? Got it? Probably not, but we're going on anyway. It's time to start looking at how fast these two alien saviors are, starting with Superman, because we have way more mental gymnastics to deal with when we cover Goku. So, Superman, the Man of Steel, the Kryptonian protector of Earth, the symbol of peace. He's known for pushing the boundaries of what's possible and saving the world on a damn near daily basis. I mean, he can casually throw down with villains who threaten the entire universe, and he can fly across the universe in mere moments. But all of those feats and aspects of him are completely irrelevant with what we're doing today, at least in the context of how I'm going about it. I mean, let's just go ahead and flash back to what I mentioned earlier. No flying via natural flight, a vehicle such as the Flying Nimbus, or any other form of flight. Yep, this video is about a running-based competition, which means that we need to go ahead and throw every one of those feats where Superman is flying straight in the trash can. Now, don't worry, Superman still has plenty of super impressive feats of speed while he's, running that will more than make up for the fact that we're ditching all of his flying-based accomplishments. Such as the fact that we've seen Superman casually run across water multiple times. This feat would require him to move around 30 meters per second, which is around 3 times faster than Usain Bolt's world record of 10 meters per second. We've also seen him outrun a train, and those things can move at speeds of 54 miles per hour. That's crazy fast. Fine, we can go ahead and talk about that one big feat. The many, many, many times that Superman has kept pace with the Flash in a foot race. Now, while a lot of these have come from cartoons and TV shows that have their own different canon from the mainline comics, we have seen Supes keep pace with the Flash in the comics as well. So, what does this mean? Well, Barry Allen clearly wasn't running at his full speed, since at his fastest, Barry's managed to outrun instantaneous teleportation. Yes, he outran the speed of instant, and I do not think they meant the rice when they were writing that comic panel. And you gotta keep in mind, Superman, even while flying, has never come close to that kind of raw speed before. So it's very clear that Barry was not running at full speed and was going more at his casual kind of speeds. So then what's Barry's casual running speed that we can then directly scale Superman to? We see Barry's constantly shown outrunning or at least keeping pace with the Green Lanterns and even Superman while they're flying. Oh dear. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a look at this Green Lantern guy for speed scaling, so I don't have to dig Superman's flying feats out of the trash can and look like a complete hypocrite. So, Hal Jordan, the best-looking Guardian of Sector 6, was able to cross the DC universe in about 10 hours, which sounds super slow on paper. That is until you realize that the known universe is 4.65 billion light-years long, and the DC universe, depending on the continuity, is sometimes even bigger than this. But to cross that 4.65 billion light-years of distance, Hal must have moved at around... Oh, fuck no, I ain't saying that. This many times the speed of light. Flash can casually keep up with that speed, and Superman can keep up with a casual Barry Allen while running, which means Superman can directly scale to Green Lantern's flying speed in terms of how fast Superman can run. So we have Superman's speed. Now we just need to figure out his stamina, which is a pretty damn hard thing to calculate. So I won't. Stamina isn't something you can put a finite number on. However, I will quickly mention a few moments that are going to help us get an idea of what Superman's maximum stamina is when he's not in constant sunlight. Superman, when he's not in constant sunlight, is able to help Shazam lift a book with every story ever written in it. He's been shown they can fly across the universe in mere moments without getting winded, and after his race with the Flash, he seemed completely unaffected by how much he was running. And finally, the most important feat when it comes to Superman's stamina would be the time that Superman was pushed to his absolute limit. You know, the time he fought Doomsday and was killed, until DC brought him back as 4 people, and then back as 1 guy. Man, DC, what a fucking cop-out. Wait, that's not even the right meme, what the fuck? Here we go, just look at this funny meme.
Martha! Why did you say that name?
Ah, Son Goku. Let me just go ahead and ask you a question. Did you think the bullshit semantics for Superman's section was against my rules?
Yes.
Yeah, well, if you thought that was some bullshit, you might want to skip Goku's section, because we are about to use more technicalities and cheese for Goku than a robot dairy farm. So, in the world of Dragon Ball, there is an energy that flows through every living creature called Ki. Ki can be used for all sorts of cool stuff, such as energy-based attacks like the Kamehameha, flying, or other cool techniques such as the Kaioken. Now, with all that in mind, it is important to note that Ki is directly correlated with someone's power and speed, which means every feat that involves flight or how fast a Ki-based attack moves can now be scaled to how fast the character is in actual movement and combat-based scenarios. So go ahead and buckle up, because I'm about to take you through a feat that will involve so many crazy gymnastics that you're probably going to get motion sick, just so we can get an actual number for how fast Goku is. So, in the first arc of Dragon Ball Super, Goku gains access to a new form called Super Saiyan God. This grants him an immense power boost, and it costs him his soul. Fucking redheads. Goku uses this new form to fight the God of Destruction, Beerus, and during their fight they create shockwaves of pure Ki energy that emanate through the universe with enough force to destroy the whole damn thing, and it moves way quicker than I get shot down by women. Now, as I just mentioned earlier, thanks to how Ki works, Goku should be able to directly scale the speed of this shockwave. But how fast would that make Goku's travel speed? Well, the Dragon Ball universe is confirmed to be 9 times larger than our own. So based on my best assumption, it looks like this energy blast took around 30 seconds to engulf the entire universe, which means Goku can move at about 196 quadrillion times the speed of light. Yeah, that's stupidly fast, but nowhere near his fastest speed, since that God form became his new base form after he finished that battle with Beerus, and now we get to go ahead and stack a stupid amount of Super Saiyan modifiers on top of that, which will give him an insane speed boost. But because I want to keep this video short, I'll go ahead and cover just a few important numbers, such as his Super Saiyan form that Goku can use without exerting any extra energy, which would multiply his speed by 50. Now, I don't want to bore you with a whole bunch of numbers, so just know that Goku in his Mastered Ultra Instinct form can reach up to 245 septillion times the speed of light. Just for a quick frame of reference, that's 24 fucking zeros behind that 245. Just for a second frame of reference, if you had that much money and were really hungry, you could probably buy a lot of chicken nuggets. For a more precise example, a 4-piece McNugget from McDonald's costs about $3.29, so you could buy... Oh, I'm not fucking saying that. I'll just put it up on screen. You could buy this many 4-piece McNuggets with that much money. So let's go ahead and talk stamina, now that we know just how fast Goku is. Well, Goku has shown that it takes a lot to take him out for the count, but I think the most notable example would be during the Tournament of Power, where Goku fights in a giant battle royale for 48 minutes straight. Now, while that doesn't sound too ridiculously impressive on its own, what you need to realize is Goku during that 48 minutes was in constant battles against people either on his own level or far stronger, such as with Jiren, and he almost died several times and gained a couple of forms during that fight. So yeah, Goku's got a lot of stamina, like so much here that I can't even think of a clever sex joke, so
Hey, my name is Goku!
Oh! Ah! I had a feeling you were gonna say that! You're old enough to know how to offer a proper greeting and show some respect!
So our combatants are set, and we have the gym ready for the race of the century. But there's one teensy-weensy little thing left to do. You see, the fitness grade pacer test only goes up to 21 laps, and fun fact, Goku and Superman could do that easily. So what we need to do is calculate how much faster each lap gets on average, and then essentially build an infinite pacer test. And look, I don't want to bore you with all my math stuff, so take a look at these anime girls while I run the numbers. Okay, based on a quick glance, it looks like about every 20 meters that they run, the time they have left to run drops by about 15 to 20 seconds. But because I know you guys just want to see the big funny numbers, we'll go ahead and say 15 seconds. So, we have our speeds and our formula set. All we need to do now is run the test, and I need to run more numbers, so I'll edit together something funny on the screen and get back to you when I'm done calculating. Okay, so I'm going to be using a simplified version of the Fitness Gram Pacer test. What you need to know is that Goku and Superman will be starting at a speed of 9 meters per second for every 20 meter lap they run. Every lap after that, the speed will go up by 0.5 meters per second from the last lap that they ran, and they will keep going until they physically can't keep up with the speed or they are too exhausted to keep going. And we're going to assume that Goku is starting this race in his Super Saiyan 1 form since he can stay in it forever and it doesn't cause any extra strain on his body. And now on to the numbers. So, Superman could do a grand total of... oh, fucking hell. I am not saying that. So, he can do this many laps before he would be unable to keep up with the speed anymore. I'm going to keep this number on screen, alright? You can do that many laps. If you want to try and figure out how to say that in the comments or on your own, have fun. But what about Goku? Well, Goku as a Super Saiyan can run a grand total of... Are you fucking for real? This isn't even a number! He can run this many damn laps. This many. I don't dare to try and pronounce it. I don't wish to try and pronounce it. He can run that many as a Super Saiyan. So, yeah, Goku is, even just a Super Saiyan 1, would curb Superman into the ground. Like, really bad. And man, I thought DC Heralds were supposed to be, like, unbeatable. Well, as you can probably tell by these numbers, I'm a bit crazy and have way too much free time, and I'm very eager to see all the angry comments that are going to be left after this video. So let's go ahead and talk about how many laps Goku could do if he was in his Ultra Instinct form the entire time. Assuming he could sustain that form for this entire time. So, in his Mastered Ultra Instinct form, Goku could run a grand total... Nope, not saying that number either. He can run this many laps. I'm putting it up on screen. It's a lot. Like, way too many laps. Man, honestly, with a speed cap like this, how the hell do people think Goku would even lose this fight? Wait, no, I take that back. We are not talking about who takes a fist fight. We are talking about the Fitness Gram Pacer test. Please ignore what I said. This is not a fist fight scenario. Anyway, after finding these numbers, stamina is practically irrelevant for this debate since Goku could easily beat Superman's lap count in just his Super Saiyan form. That being said, in terms of stamina, it's likely Goku could go longer as well, just because we've seen him go for a longer period of times in much more intense situations without dying. So, why did I do this? I don't really know. But it was fun, and maybe I'll do some more videos like this in the future if you guys want. So throw some ideas in the comments, I suppose, and I'll see you later. Oh, wait. Also, I'm still working on Ronald vs. Beerus. I've just had a crazy-ass month and a half recently. So here, have a small preview of what I'm working on, and I'll get back to working on it when I have a bit more free time. Bye!